We took a day trip from Sofia to Plovdiv, and wow, we're so glad we didn't skip it. From craft stores and artisanal coffee to ancient Roman theatres and unique houses, the city was full of surprises, including this amazing little known golden church that you wouldn't want to miss. We started off at the old town, and right away, it felt like stepping into another era. From cobblestone streets to narrow alleyways. All around are these colorful, beautifully preserved houses. They are part of Bulgaria's national revival period, with wooden balconies, colorful facades, and detailed carvings. The Kuyumjeva house, built in 1847 by a merchant, is one of the most beautiful here, with a lovely courtyard. It houses the Plovdiv Regional Ethnographic Museum, and for 8 Bulgarian left, you can explore traditional Bulgarian art, musical instruments, clothing, and daily life from the 18th and 19th centuries. The exhibits are very well done, and you'll get an insight into what life looked like across the different regions of Bulgaria. The Hindlian house is another popular attraction with a powder blue design. The inside showcases an upper-class 19th century home, but as we were short on time, we didn't go inside. Another highlight of Plovdiv's old town is the Roman Theatre of Philippopolis, one of the best preserved ancient Roman theatres in the world. Built in the 1st century AD when Plovdiv was known as Philippopolis, it once held up to 7,000 people for plays, music, and gladiator events. Today, it still comes alive with concerts and performances, and you can admire it from the outside through the fences at no cost. If you want to explore it up close and step into its ancient stones, there's a small entrance fee. Something we really liked about the old town are the craft shops. It feels less like souvenir shopping and more like supporting local artists. There's a charming little lane called the Street of Crafts, and it's filled with workshops offering handmade craft and handicraft. Unfortunately, we arrived a bit late and most of them were already closed. Next to the old town is Kapana, Plovdiv's creative quarter. There's a very bohemian atmosphere here, and it's cool to walk around and spot the colorful murals. The day we visited, the craft market was in full swing, with dozens of local artists showcasing their creations. One thing we noticed in Plovdiv was you really get a sense of how strong family life is here. Weekends seem to be all about spending time outdoors, enjoying the markets, and catching up over food or coffee. Now, just on the edge of Kapana is Dwell Coffee House. We heard it serves the best coffee around, and it didn't disappoint. It's popular among locals, and it's a great place for a break before continuing your Plovdiv exploration. Another Kapana favorite with locals is Piroshki, a pastry shop specializing in freshly baked piroshki. These fluffy buns are filled with marmalade and super delicious, so much so that there's almost always a small queue, and it's super affordable. Soon, we stumbled onto the Jumaya Mosque. This is one of the oldest mosques in the Balkans, built in the 14th century. The tall minaret and detailed interior paintings make it a fascinating stop for anyone interested in the city's Ottoman side. It's still an active mosque today, so you can quietly step inside for a look. If you see a statue of a man on a bench, that's Miljo, a real Plovdiv local known for spreading joy, just like his statue does now. Next, we noticed this beautiful church while wandering around, and it turned out to be one of the most memorable stops of the day. From the outside, you'll notice detailed frescoes showing biblical scenes such as Noah's Ark and Adam and Eve painted onto the walls. is one of the oldest Orthodox churches in Plovdiv, rebuilt in the mid-19th century on the ruins of an earlier medieval church. Inside is even more stunning, with intricate gold-plated wood carvings. Another thing that makes Plovdiv really unique is that its new town sits right on top of an ancient Roman stadium that hosted sporting events. Walking along the modern streets, you can literally look down at history that's almost 2,000 years old. A short walk away is the Roman Forum, which served as the civic and commercial hub of Philippopolis. Unlike the Roman Stadium and Roman Theatre, the Forum is completely free to explore. We wandered around the ruins at our own pace and imagined what life was like in Philippopolis. Our last and favorite stop in Plovdiv is the Temple of Saint Archangels. Dedicated to the archangels Michael and Gabriel, it's a small church that stands on top of a temple that originally existed in the 16th century. The interior is lavish, with gold mosaics that shimmer in the light, making it absolutely stunning. There's also a terrace that offers views of southern Plovdiv. From up here, you can really take in the city's mix of old and new, all in one sweep. We visited Plovdiv from Sofia, Bulgaria's capital, where we spent 2 days exploring the city and even visited the famous Rila monastery. Want to see all the highlights from our Sofia adventure? Click here to watch it now.